Here we are on the top of Witherall, one of the smaller mounts here, and this one still would have been a good size. We had a really good view up there. Of course, a lot of this vegetation wasn't here. I mean, look at that. Look at that view of that bay. Anything up here would have had the ability to turn out. As you can tell, that has a full 360 turnaround to go out that way. And a lot of the artillery pieces up here, depending on the decade and the age, we start low and we go back to the 1800s and we move our way up. A lot of these artillery pieces would have had 2 to 3 miles accurate. And then you start getting older with the guns that would replace it. Ooh, that's a black-faced Hornet. I'm not going to play with that. And now we go from 3 miles to 5, 6, 7 miles accurate. And that's catching anything out in that bay on top of Fort Adams, which is across the way, would have been hammering you. You did not want to be an outside invader coming into this thing. This thing would have done its job. So we're going to try something here, do something a little adventurous. We found a little side grave here. Or not grave, little hole. See if we can get inside of it. This could suck. So don't go first. Oh, what the heck is that? Make sure that it's not the black-faced Hornet. All right. Oh, this thing is dark. I should probably have some sort of weapon on me. This doesn't really go that far. Be very careful. Make sure there's no animals. Yeah, this is small. This definitely would have been an ammo bunker. It's probably for feeding those artillery pieces on the side of us. Very teeny. Not too much hidden over here. Not going to go any further. As you can see, spider web there. Don't know what that is. So we're not going to tempt that thing. I have no idea what that static thing was. That's just in front of the camera. It's still there. Shining. So this side was a waste of time, but hey, exploring, not really a waste, is it? Safely go up these steps. Make sure you do what I didn't do. Get yourself some bug spray when you're down here. Another emplacement right here. This is certain death going down into that one. It's probably another ammo bunker. I'd have to clean that out to get in there. I'm not scared to get down there. But next time I'll have to bring my... Yep, there's another one. Bring my machete. We'll clear these out. Right there, too, that would have been a vent. This is cool. So you see another artillery emplacement right here. And this, no doubtably, would have been a sighting area for whatever officer was in here. This would have been the spot for him to... He would have had a bird's eye view of everything over here. You can tell going out there. And he would have been pretty safe commanding this area. It would have been very hard to get a shot inside of here. But this is only one side of it. I'll take you guys to the next side soon. So Witherall is pretty big. In comparison to Fort Adams, it is not. But keeping in mind, Fort Adams is the second largest. She is a monster. That thing, not only is it a monster, but Fort Adams was considered an engineer marvel of its time. It's the second largest out of the 40 some odd forts, but it had the most artillery pieces on it. And it also had something inside there that is unique to only that fort. And someday when I do the tour of that, I'll show you. So coming up this path again, I want to show you guys something cool before we forget. My nephew pointed this out. More bricks there from the fort. I'm going to leave it as is. Don't need to be taking any of that home today. Normally I would. But I got enough bricks from forts. My brother would love this. this is definitely a tunnel going down. There would have been a cap over this. You can see the debris is starting to wear out from the...
Could have been a sewer too.
Yeah, it could have been a sewer, but I don't think so. I think that definitely led, because there's a lower lot there that's probably tunnels under us that would have led to the lower spots. You never know. We don't have, like I said, if you guys are interested, later on I'll put up a competition idea. And then next summer, we'll draw the winner around Christmas. There you go, Christmas present. We'll draw the winner to come out with me to DC and try to look up some of the information of these fortifications, because that would be the most accurate place to have it, because they still have those on record there. Where a lot of the records from these forts, they're gone. So it's yeah, there's definitely still more parts of the fort. See, there, that fence would have kept you out. So there definitely was more stuff down there. There are parts of that. Uh-oh. This thing is huge. Let's show you guys. See if you can't get in it anymore. I'll show you something. Careful going up some of these paths. Some of them are really cool. Some like I wouldn't do unless you know where you're going. I'll take you up that one in a second. There's the entrance to down below. If you didn't want to take the steps, this would have been the safest route to get yourself up here to these artillery pieces without getting your ass blown to pieces by the Navy. Let's make no doubt that the Navy, when they were attacking this thing before the Army or the Marines would be landing, would be shelling you with some equally large artillery pieces. So lots of paths here to explore. Hard to explore the whole thing in one day, but well worth it. And make sure you bring yourself water too in these heat days. Water, bug spray, flashlights, stuff I didn't do. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Some parkour there for you. Let's see, can I get up on that side without going around? Possibly. So, look at the size of this baby down here. This would have been the second largest here. You can see the outgrowth of where it would have been rotating. Again, depending on the era, they could have had some of the same artillery pieces that are across the bay at Fort Adams that when they fired would resend back into the ground, making them hard to identify. Then of course they would be evolving into a much larger one during World War II. I actually can, when I get down there, I'll show you some of the chains that would have hooked them in there. And these are the guys that I tell you, you go from 2 to 3 miles. You go more to like 5 and 6 accurate. And some really nasty artillery piece rounds inside these things. Wonder where that goes. Do some parkour, see if we can get up and around this side. I think we can. Whoop, whoop. And you could have done it the easy way and gone up the steps, but fuck the easy way. Whoops, excuse the French. There's the steps coming up. I know. My nephew says that, pun intended, we are French, so. Part French. There's another one of the pair in artillery pieces. You can see some of the anchors for this. This one was just as big. And then down there, there's some more tunnels I'll show you guys later on. All right.